What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know this video might be coming a little bit late to the game, but today's video is going to be a roundup of all of my favorite beauty products from the year 2018. So everything that I was loving and using nonstop all last year, and I'm still currently using most of these things a lot. So I went through every product category and I think I picked one. Some of the categories have two, but this is really what I was using most and loving the most all year, and the things that impressed me. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this video because I can already tell it's gonna be very long. And if you see me looking over at my computer, first of all, sorry for not looking at you, love you, mean it. But I made a spreadsheet. I know, I'm so fancy. I made a spreadsheet of all of the products, and I'm gonna go in the order of the spreadsheet because I didn't take all the time to do it and not follow the order. Also, I just got a whole mess of shit on this table and I need some stability in my life. That's what we're aiming for in 2019, so let me just give myself that. So yeah, let's start. Number one, the first category is primer, and I really thought about this because I used a lot of different primers this year, but the one that impressed me the most and honestly kind of shocked me the most was a cult classic. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Now this is a face base, but it's not your normal like fill in your pores, smooth out your texture kind of primer. It's more like a moisturizer kind of primer, and I absolutely love it. It is a very pricey item, but I love it because if you have either dry, honestly, it's crazy because this is like a moisturizing primer, but it worked for me when I was oily, it works for me when I'm dry. It kind of works for every skin type, and what this primer does is it helps your makeup look better and wear better. So it doesn't really, I don't necessarily know that it even claims to be long wearing, but we all know that your makeup is only as good as your skin underneath it. Not to say that you can't have good makeup with acne and stuff, but like your makeup is always better when you take good care of your skin. So when you put this on first, it just makes everything go on top of it so much nicer and wear on top of it for so much longer, and just it kind of just wears beautifully. And this is something that I absolutely love. I don't use it every time I do my makeup, but anytime I'm feeling like I either need to wear my makeup for a long period of time or like any event that I really want it to look flawless, if I'm feeling a little bit extra dry and I don't want to do like a silicone-y primer, this is what I use. And it's honestly been the primer this year that has impressed me the most, so I had to give it a mention because I fell in love with this stuff this year, and love you. And okay, foundation was hard for me because I tried a lot of different foundations this year, drugstore and high-end, like a lot. And I really tried to narrow it down to the ones or one that really impressed me the most. And I have to say I've got a drugstore and I've got a high-end. One of them is new and one of them is old. So for the drugstore, the new Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Foundation. This was definitely the foundation this year that impressed me the most because it's just like for a drugstore foundation, this formula is so incredible. I have two colors here, 112 Ivory and 128 Warm Nude. Both of them are not my shade, so I mixed them. This is a really great medium to full coverage foundation, honestly more leaning towards full. It does dry down pretty matte, but not drying matte. It wears incredibly. It looks beautifully flawless on the skin. You can keep it kind of sheer if you're not like a cake face like me and you don't want a lot of makeup on your face and you don't want to feel heavy. But if you do want like full-on glam, this is also a good foundation to use. It doesn't feel incredibly heavy on the skin. It doesn't make your skin feel like dry or cakey or anything. It's honestly just gorgeous, and for a drugstore foundation, I was just so impressed with this, especially for how long it wears. If you're somebody that wakes up early in the morning and you have to work a full 8-hour day and then you got shit to do after work, this is the foundation for you because it will not fail you. It will not fail you. And then the other foundation is honestly a cult classic, and I had it in my drawer for years and never used it. Like I literally probably bought it in like 2014. Didn't use it until one day this year I pulled out that really old rank ass bottle and I used this foundation again, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is amazing. It is the NARS Sheer Glow, and I know you guys are like, duh, Ashley, like that stuff is bomb. But like I forgot it was bomb, and honestly, I remember thinking back, I remember like not really loving it that much, but my skin was so different back in college. So I tried it again with that old, like probably expired bottle of foundation, and that day I was like, oh no, I'm ordering a brand new bottle because I need this in my life. And it is just the most flattering, like beautiful, beautiful. Like, it just makes your skin look absolutely gorgeous. It's a great medium coverage. You can build it up to be more full, but the medium coverage, the way it sits on your skin, the way it wears, just makes you look so flawless, even though it's not full coverage. It makes you look incredible. This is why it's like been so popular for so many years, because it's just bomb. It's bomb. And I use it a lot this year, especially for events or like special occasions. This was like my go-to foundation. Okay, I gotta take the call and I'll be back. Okay guys, I took my call. Got a kombucha. I know. Who is she? Low key though, kombucha's lit. This is the trilogy from, I forgot the brand. This is definitely a fave of 2018 actually. Like, kombucha, so good. Next up, we've got concealer, and it's probably gonna come as no surprise to you guys that have seen any makeup video that I've ever done. It's kind of the only concealer I use, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, you guys. This, I was like a Shape Tape diehard, like didn't use anything but Shape Tape. When this came out, Too Faced sent it to me, so thank you, bless you. Bless Too Faced, first of all, for inventing this, second of all, for sending it to me for free. Thank you so much. This is the best fucking concealer ever. So the problems I had with Shape Tape was that it was like too thick and too intense. Like, it was too heavy duty. This is like all of the good things you love about Shape Tape, but without all of the bad things. Like, it's not too intense, it's not scary, like it's not gonna be like glue on your face, but it's still gonna give you really nice full coverage. It's way more natural of a finish on the skin, and it's just incredible. Like, it's just such a good concealer formula, and you all need it, honestly. And they have a great shade selection, like incredible shade selection. The shade I use is Almond, but their shade selection is top notch. Okay, another product that will come as no surprise to you if you watch any of my videos. My favorite powder of the year has to be the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. First of all, a loose powder that comes in like 8 different shades, that's like unheard of. So thank you, Maybelline, for thinking of all of us and giving us all a good loose powder. I use Fair because I like to like highlight and stuff, but what I love about this powder is the finish that it gives the skin. So it's not one of those powders that's gonna be like undetectable, like you're gonna tell that you powdered your face. Like, it's not cakey at all. I don't mean to make it sound cakey, but like, it's not like an undetectable powder, and it definitely does like smooth out everything. Like, before I powder my face with this, my face kind of has some texture, a little bit shiny, but mostly like what I love about this is how it makes you look like poreless and flawless. Like, once I put it under my eyes and in this area, it makes me look like smooth as hell. Like, it's better than any pore filling primer ever. Once you top off your makeup with this, it does all of the smoothing for you and it locks everything into place. It's just honestly the best powder ever, and even though it's from the drugstore, it is genuinely my favorite powder of all time, and I will never stop using it. Thank you so much. The next is my favorite setting spray of the year, and it's like everybody's, I'm sure. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, or Continuous Setting Mist, and this is just a great fucking setting spray. Like, not only is the application just so much better than like the squirt, squirt, squirt of every other setting spray, like this, it's an aerosol, and it's the nicest, finest, most beautiful mist. It smells great. It tastes not very good, but it's a setting spray. It's a great setting spray because it doesn't make you too dewy. It doesn't matte you down, so if you have really oily skin and you're looking for like a matte setting spray like the next one, it's not going to do that, but it does kind of like melt everything together and just makes your makeup look so much more finished, and just, ooh, it locks everything into place. It gives you like the most beautiful finish on the skin. If you're too powdery, it takes that away. It's just overall a really great experience. So if you're looking for a good setting spray, this is the one to get. It's really just the one to get. Okay, next up we've got eye primer, and this wasn't even a category in, I think, last year. Did I do a beauty favorites of last year? I'm pretty sure I did. This wasn't even a category in my makeup routine up until recently. So this is a very recent favorite, but absolutely a favorite of the year. This is the JCat All About That Base eye primer. This is in the shade Nude. Basically, the whole world had the P. Louise eye base and I didn't, so I went out to look for a dupe and I found this guy, and I'm very impressed. It is not going to be an eye primer that's going to blank out your eyes completely like the P. Louise, but it is going to give you a little bit of some coverage just to even out your eye texture, and it makes, I don't set this down with powder, and it makes your eyeshadows show up so much more pigmented. They still blend out even better than when I was using like concealer and powder. It makes all eyeshadows like look true to color, gives them their maximum pigmentation, and just overall is incredible. It doesn't crease. It makes your eye look just as good as when you first put it on, like for the whole day. So it really makes your eyeshadow look completely long wearing for the entire day. It doesn't fade. No eyeshadows fade or look dull. Like they stay true to color the entire day. So honestly, this is such a hidden gem. Like I've never heard anybody talk about this and it's so good. So I'm telling you right now, go get it. Go fucking get it. When it comes to eyeshadow, I've got 2 different eyeshadows to talk about and then 1 palette. These are things that I used a pretty regular basis. You guys know my favorite eyeshadow looks are like very similar to what I have on right now. Just like some warm browns and a nice rose gold shimmer. So that's exactly what these eyeshadows are. The first one is this Kaja Beauty Bento in the shade Orange Blossom. I did a whole video about Kaja Beauty when they first released, but it's basically just a little stack of 3 different foiled eyeshadows, and this one in particular is like really beautiful, like warm, like orangey rose gold tones. And I used mostly, I want to say I used this one the most, but I've used all 3 of them a good amount the entire year, and they're just incredible foiled eyeshadows. My favorite way to apply them is to just take my finger and tap them on the lid. Sorry, I just flicked you off. That's my bad. But this one, like, they're just incredible, and it's like $20 for all 3 of these. I was watching reviews and people were saying that's expensive, but I don't think so, because I've bought Stila foiled eyeshadows for like $20 for 1. So for 3, that's like a really good price, I think. They're an incredible formula. They're beautiful on the eyes, and like, oh my, like I just love them. This is just such a good product. If you like sparkly rose gold eyeshadows, check this out. They also have some other shades of stacks. There's like a pinky one. There's a more red one. They've got a good color selection. This one is definitely my favorite. I was using it like literally every day. When I wasn't using this, I was using the next product I want to show you, which is the J-Cat Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse in Chrome Galaxy. This, okay, first of all, I need you to see how much of a dent this has in it. Like, it's a full crater in there. This is actually what I have on my lid today, and it is incredible. Like, probably my favorite eyeshadow of all time, and it's like really, really cheap. Like, it's such a good price. It's at, I found it at Harmon's, but I think you can find it on Amazon, and I think they also have it. I actually don't know where they sell J-Cat other than Harmon's. Honestly, the eye mousse, it's just such a cool texture. It does not crease, like for something that's like not powder. It does not crease at all. It is so good. It's such a beautiful like wash of rose gold, like glitter and sparkle on your eye without being over the top. It's not chunky glitter at all. It just looks good. It looks incredible, and it's such a beautiful color. They have other colors, but this is absolutely the one I use the most. This one I use like every day. Like literally, even if I don't put anything in my crease, I just tap this on the lid and put on some mascara, and you gotta look. It's a look with just one product. So if you haven't checked these out yet, highly recommend. Another product that I never hear anybody talking about except for Kathleen Lights and Tati from Glam Life Guru. Those are the only people I hear talk about them, but like we need more people to talk about these because they're fucking bomb. There's only, I'm pretty sure this eyeshadow palette came out in 2017, but I didn't get it until 2018. And once I got it, I was like, oh, this is the best eyeshadow palette of all time. This is gonna be controversial because of the subsequent palettes that came after it, but the original Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette is the best eyeshadow palette ever. And I have the James Charles one too, and I kind of favor this one more just because of her selection of neutrals in this. I think is a little bit better, but the James Charles one is good too. I just haven't played around with it as much because I like just got it last month, but this is absolutely the eyeshadow palette I used the most throughout the whole year. Like, this selection of neutrals is incredible. The formulas in every single shade in here is bomb. I don't know what they did with that Vault collection, but this baby right here, this is the shit. If you haven't gotten it, I'm pretty sure they still sell it. I'm almost positive they still sell it. This is an absolute must-have palette. Like, it's so versatile. You can do so many different looks with it. The formula is incredible. The color selection is incredible. Like, everything about this is just on point. They killed it with this one. The Vault, I can't say the same, but this one, they killed it. Eyeliner. So, you know what? I go back and forth. I go through phases where I don't do a wing liner for 6 months and then I do it like every day for another 6 months. So, when I was doing that, like I did today, the eyeliner I loved the most that I discovered this year was the Balm Schwing Liner. And this is kind of like a cult classic, like everybody uses it, but I only tried it for the first time this year. And this is so good because it's super duper black. It dries matte, which I hate when my eyeliner dries shiny. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I like a really nice, rich, black, matte liquid liner, and it's easy to work with. It doesn't transfer. It's just an all-around good black liner. Like, it just does the job. Basically, that's all I have to say about it. Okay, I've got 2 mascaras to talk about that I discovered this year. These were the only mascaras that like really truly impressed me because I'm very set in my ways when it comes to mascara. Like Too Faced Better Than Sex, L'Oreal Lash Paradise, oh, and Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Those are like my 3 that are like ride or die. But these I tried this year because they were launched this year and I loved both of them. So the first, actually I don't know if this was launched this year or last year, but the first one is the Lancome Monsieur Big. Basically this year I started watching Alana Davidson on YouTube and she raved about this in like every video. I was like, oh well duh, I need to try it. So I got the sample size and I'm still rocking with the sample size actually. I only got this recently and for some reason I like the sample size more because it's like more dried out, and you know how I am about dried out mascaras. I like them better that way. But this is such a good mascara. I would say it's comparable to the Too Faced. It's a little bit clumpier, but that could also be because this is like wetter, more wet than the Too Faced Better Than Sex. But it's really, really great at giving you nice, full, long lashes. They look good. They make them like so voluminous and dark and like smoky looking, but not like, it's just a great mascara to give you nice separation, a wonderful amount of volume, a good amount of length, and like, it's just an all around great mascara. It just makes your lashes look fucking pumped up and beautiful. That's basically all I have to say about the next mascara that I want to talk about, which is the NARS Climax Mascara. This basically does all of the same things that this one does. It's, I don't know, they're both very comparable, but they're both bomb. They have actually similar brushes too. They just make your lashes look nice and pumped up and voluminous, and they're really nice and dark and black, and they just make your lashes look good. They're very comparable to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but they don't flake, because that's my one thing with the Too Faced Better Than Sex. That shit flakes so much on your eyes, and it's not that black. These are very, very black, and they don't flake at all. So, love them both. Okay, now we've got 2 lip liners to talk about. Basically, the 2 lip liners that are in my purse at all times, and I use like literally almost every day. The first one is Jordana's Coco Loco. This is like my nice, rich, dark brown lip liner, because if you know me, I love an ombre lip. Like, I don't like to do nude. Like, this is like not enough. Honestly, my lip today is like not enough dimension for me. I usually like to do a dark brown lip liner, blend it in a lot, and then do like a nude and a gloss. That's like my everyday lip. So this is like my perfect like dark brown that blends out to like not be like chola lips. Like, it blends out really nice and creamy and just gives me like the perfect like contoured pouty lip. So that's why I love this, and it's so fucking cheap. Like, it's just a great lip liner for such a good price. And then the other one that's more like closer to my lip color, but it's still a little bit darker, so it gives me like some definition and contouring on my lip. Just said contouring, so weird. Contour. This is MAC's Whirl, and I know this is like a cult classic, but MAC lip pencils are like usually this long, and look how far I got. That's a lot, right? This is just like my perfect lip liner color, like like every day. Like, I can put this on and nothing else, and you like wouldn't be able to tell. Like, it's just a great fucking lip liner. MAC lip liners, an incredible formula. It's so nice and creamy, but still like lasts long. I will say about this one, the MAC lip liner lasts longer than this one, but this one's so nice and creamy that like you don't care. Like, you just keep it in your purse and reapply it. But this one, it lasts a little bit longer. It's a little bit like more waxy and tougher on the lips, but they're both great colors, a brown and a neutral. These are just like my everyday lip liners, so I had to shout them out. You know what, it was really hard for me to think of lipstick because I basically change my lipstick like every day, or I'll use the same one for a week and then use another one for a week and then another one for a week. But I did want to mention some lipsticks that really stood out to me this year. The first one is from Maybelline. This is their Shine Compulsion lipstick, and this is in the shade Baddest Beige. I just said beige, weird. The shade Baddest Beige, and this is like such a beautiful nude lipstick, but the finish on it is like, it's like almost like a lip gloss. Like, it's so nice and shiny. So it's basically like a peachy nude. It's really nice and nude. Like, if you've got light hair like me, I love a like nude because I don't know, something about having light hair, you can go nuder on your lips. But the formula is incredible. I love that the bullet is like this shape and not like a classic shape because it's like glossier. So I don't know, these are like little stupid things, but basically the formula is great, the color is great, and I really prefer a shiny lip gloss over a matte one. So that's why I love this. Also, there's no liquid lips in this one, ladies, because we're past that phase. I know I still have a full drawer of liquid lipsticks, but I don't ever wear them. I'm past that phase of my life. And it's kind of sad because I spent a lot of money on that face. And then the other lipstick I wanted to mention, I can't find one of them, but I have 2 shades here. Well, 1 shade you can get. And that's the Amuse Bouche lipstick from Bite Beauty. This one is the one I made at the Bite Beauty lab myself, so you can't get this color, but the formula you can still get because it's basically this formula. And then this one is called Meringue, and I have another one named Honeycomb that's more of like a peachy nude. This one's more pinky, that I can't find anywhere. But this formula is so nice and creamy, so nice and pigmented, feels great on the lips, looks great on the lips, like just so nice and comfortable. Their color selection is incredible. You know me, I'm a nude girl, so that's the ones that I have. But if you haven't checked out Bite Beauty's I can't say that. Amuse Bouche. Amuse Bouche sounds dumb. Is it Amuse Bouche? I don't know, but if you haven't checked these out, check them out because they're fucking bomb. They're just great lipsticks. Okay, gloss. I know I've only had this for like a month, but like it is truly the only lip gloss this year that has like really like taken me by storm. And this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. I had the original Gloss Bomb, love it, but I never wore it because it was just like the tiniest bit too dark for my gloss needs. I like a lighter gloss or like a pinkier gloss. So when they came out with Fussy, I was like, oh bitch, that's my shit. I was gonna go with the Diamond Milk one. I was like, I don't know about a white lip gloss. Like that seems wrong to me. But when this one came out, I was like, oh hell yeah. And I was right about it. It's incredible. The Gloss Bomb formula is the best lip gloss formula ever. It just feels like you're nourishing your body, not even just your lips, you're nourishing your whole body when you use it. And this color is perfect. Like it's the perfect pinky. Oh my god. It's just the perfect sparkly pink gloss ever. Like you don't feel the sparkles in it. It tastes great. It looks great. It feels great. You just can't go wrong. Like if you didn't like Fenty Glow as much as you thought you would, try out Fussy because you might fucking love it. Especially if you like pink on your lips. You're gonna want this. Okay, now we've got some cheek products. The bronzer that I fell in love with this year, and you can tell by looking at the pan. This is the Bobbi Brown Bronzing Powder in Golden Light 1. I don't know if you're going to fall in love with this shade specifically because Bobbi Brown has a wonderful selection of different bronzer colors, but this is the one that I fell in love with this year. The formula is incredible. It blends out so beautifully. Like I said, the color selection is amazing, so you can find your perfect bronzer color. But yeah, it just looks incredible on the skin. All of the tones for bronzers are like exactly what you need. They're not too warm. They're not too cool. Like they're just all so perfect. And like you're bound to find your perfect bronzer because the formula is so good that all you need to do is find your perfect color and you're set for life. I've heard so many people talk about this for so many years and I now understand why everybody loves it. It's just kind of the best bronzer ever. Okay, next we have blush, and I've told you this in videos before. I'm very picky, not picky about blush, I just only like a few of, I guess that means picky. Okay, I'm very picky about my blush. I don't like very bright blushes. I don't like very many tones of blushes. I really only like neutrals or like peaches and like neutrals. I'm not a very big pink blush person or a berry blush person. I basically like it to blend into my bronzer perfectly and only add like the tiniest bit of color to my cheeks. I'm just not a huge blush person. So I found this one this year and of course they discontinued it, but it is still and forever and always my favorite blush of all time now. This is the NARS blush in Madly. You can tell I love it because the packaging is broken. That means you loved hard, girl, you loved hard. But they discontinued this color sadly. Oh my god. Okay. I'll just hold it like this. But it is the most beautiful, neutral, like subtle pink that just goes literally with every look. It blends into your bronzer beautifully. The NARS blush formula is incredible, but I'm not like a NARS orgasm girl. Like that's just too bright for me, too shimmery for me. The perfect neutral, subtle pink that just, it's just beautiful. It's incredible. If you aren't into that kind of blush color, I still recommend the NARS blush formula because it's really great, blends onto the skin great, the perfect amount of pigmentation for a blush because I don't like blush to be too pigmented. I'm not too big on blush, so I really rather build it up rather than like tap it in once and have too much blush on my face. So I really appreciate that it's like a more buildable, sheerer formula. More sheer formula. So I love the formula, but this shade is definitely my favorite and I'm so sad that they discontinued it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I do still recommend that you guys check out all of NARS blushes. Find your perfect shade because the formula is just incredible. Okay, for highlighters, I actually have two to talk about and they're both drugstore, which is like kind of like bugging me out, but like, oh my god, yes, like thank you drugstore. The first one I used for more of the year because it came out first. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. This is like such an incredible highlighter formula. Like I don't know how. Oh my god, do you see that? I don't know why I don't have this on my cheeks today. I have the other one on my cheeks, but it's just, it's right here. It's right here. You can't really see it. It's just an incredible formula. And I will say, like, for some reason, I have 3 shades of this, of the Master Chrome highlighters. The Molten Gold is the best formula out of all of them, I think. I have the peach and I have the pink. The pink is most similar to this, but the peach is like very chunky glittery. The gold is the creamiest, the most buttery, the most like beautiful on the skin. I'm not sure why. So if this is too dark for you, I'm very sad for you because like this is honestly such a beautiful highlight and you need it in your life. So I would just say go self-tan so you can wear it. Because it's a little bit darker of a gold, I feel like this does fit more skin tones. Like it's gonna fit deeper into the skin tone range than most highlighters that you see in general and definitely at the drugstore. So I appreciate that it is a gold that fits more. Like it's really only not gonna fit like super fair women, but if you're like light, medium, and up, and all the way up to like deep, deep dark, this is gonna look beautiful on you, and it's such a beautiful formula, and like, oh my god, like, changed my life. Seriously, changed my life. And then the other one is also, like, you can tell by this packaging how hard I loved it. Like, you can't even see, like, everything is rubbed off. This is the Pixi Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. This is the highlighter I have on today, and it's a dual pan, but I really just like mix them both together and put it on my face. And this also is such a beautiful, like, metallic, like, blinding highlight, and it just wears and sits so well on the skin. And for a drugstore, I mean, is Pixi considered drugstore? I guess so. It's at Target, right? It's less creamy than this. It's like more of like a hard formula, but it still transfers really like beautiful and wet looking on the skin. They have another shade too. They might have more than 2 shades. I only have 2, but this is definitely the one I use the most because it's got this beautiful gold shade. And then this is kind of like a rose gold shade, or like a peachy gold shade, and I just mix them both together. I was using more this one in the beginning, but then I started mixing and I was like, oh, you guys are gorgeous. And both of the pans cracked, but I'm still going strong. I'm still using it. So yeah, this is also the only highlighter I brought to Paris, and it did no wrong. It's incredible. We're almost done. We've only got 2 brow products to talk about. Okay, shockingly, I'm not going to talk about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I will tell you why. Because the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, every single pencil that I bought this year, and it was several, it was probably about 5, every single one, the spoolie broke on it. And I'm not about to give my money to some faulty ass packaging. I'm over it. Like, you've come out with how many dumb ass fucking highlighter palettes and how many stupid, annoying eyeshadow palettes all year. Can't you just fix your packaging for your one product that has never let us down? Like, Anastasia, what are you doing? Half the shit they put out isn't even good. Like, just fix your one holy grail product. It's a $20 brow pencil. I should not have to like pull out another spoolie when it comes with one. Literally every single time the spoolie crumbles, and I'm over it. So yes, I still use it, but I don't want to promote it anymore because it's ridiculous. It's annoying. Because of that reason, I went on the hunt for some other brow products this year. And what I found that I loved the most was first the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil. Very, very, very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but the spoolie doesn't break. Look, she's on there. She's strong. She's not going anywhere. They don't have as big of a color selection, but it's not a brow company, you know, like I don't expect them to. The shade I have is, I'm pretty sure, Soft Blonde or something. It actually doesn't say it on here, but I'm pretty sure it's the blonde shade. And it's the same, it's a little bit waxier than the Brow Wiz, but it still wears the same and it still looks very, very similar and like applies very similarly to that one. So that's why I like it. It's also obviously like less than half the price. So this is really great. If you love the Brow Wiz but you want a more affordable dupe, this is a really good one to go for. And then the other one that I discovered more recently, probably like literally November, is a brow marker. And it was probably like end of 2016, beginning of 2017 where I discovered that I really, really like brow markers, but I could not find one that did not dry out after like 2 uses, and 2 was not like really weirdly green or really weirdly red. Like all of the colors seem to be like a weird tone until I found this guy. This is the Lime Crime Bushy Brow, and this is in the shade Brownie, and I love it. It is such a good little brow marker pen. It's called a precision pen, and what I love about it is you can really like draw on hair like strokes, and the formula of this is kind of like a stain, so it lasts all day long. You can draw on like actual little hairs, and it just looks freaking good. Like, it's just a great product. And I know you guys are like, ew, brow marker, what the hell? But just try it and you will see. It's actually a really great concept and a really great product. And I'm so glad I found this. This might be my new Holy Grail brow product. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. Okay, you guys, that is it for my 2018 beauty favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want everybody down in the comments to let me know at least one of your favorite beauty products in 2018 that you are bringing in. You're bringing it into 2019. Let me know what your holy grails that you discovered in 2018 are. I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're new, or if you haven't already. Make sure you hit up all of my social media links that will be linked down below and in the end card of this video so that you can follow me elsewhere. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video.